5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, you got it.
Yep.
Good shot.
All right, smoked it.
Great shot.
Welcome to Season 3 of Trap Talk.
Brought to you by Craigoff, the choice of champions.
All right, folks, we got to take a quick second and give a huge shout out to our title sponsor, Craigoff. Me and Ricky both shoot them. We both love them.
Yeah, best gun in the industry. I shoot them. I sell them. Nothing better, folks. Get yourself a Craigoff. Your scores will increase.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky's got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds with his. I mean, I've got a few hundreds, but I'm always working to get a little bit better, and they definitely help me, that's for sure. So on top of that, we also got to thank Winnig. I'm wearing the shirt today. Love this shirt. If you're down at the Grand, pick one up.
Yeah, Winnig, like I said, Zach, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds with my Winnig stock. You know, get a hold of Bobby, Luke, Bill, get an appointment set up. They will make you a better shooter with that Winnig stock.
Of course, yeah, the Grand's the great place to do it. Give them a call, get on their book. It's worth your time.
Just remember, winners shoot Winnigs.
With that being said,
Let's get back to the show.
welcome back, Trap Talk listeners. I'm your host, Zach Danini. We're at the 2025 Grand American in Sparta, Illinois, Building 106. At the new table, we've got Richard Marshall Jr., my co-host, who shot great today. But we won't talk about your shooting today. We're gonna talk about Shot Tracker.
Yes, we are.
We've got the guys in the building.
Take Aim Technologies.
in person and virtually.
Jim and Robert virtually. He didn't want to come see us this year. It's okay. Feeling a little hurt. But.
Yeah, he's at the corporate office.
He's at the corporate
He's at the
headquarters.
corporate office managing stuff right now. They're fixing the technology on everything in the world,
That's
so
true.
we love that. So welcome to the show again, and thank you for supporting.
Absolutely. We love your program and the support that you guys have given us.
Well, we try our best. You know,
Yes, we do.
It's just me and Ricky having fun most of the time, but I guess people listen to it, so that's good. So, it's been a while since we've had you on the show. Tell us what has evolved, what's changed, what's new. What do you want to get into today to let the folks know that are listening?
Right. The two things I really want to cover today is, number one, the new enhancements that we have added to our cloud. Today I'm going to have Robert go through, and he's going to give a demonstration showing shots being up once they're uploaded to the cloud, how our new dashboard, which will basically go through and do a fantastic analysis of the shots after the fact. That's number one. Number two, I want to talk a little bit about our artificial intelligence in terms of how this is going to turn the system into a real-time instant coach
There you go.
in terms of the system.
I like it. I like it. So I guess let's start with the dashboard then. What are we looking at?
Okay, right. Robert, let's turn it over to you.
All right, so this is actually from yesterday when you were out shooting, Ricky.
Yep.
So I've cherry picked a couple of shots here. Don't worry, I'm going to make you look really good.
Pick the good ones, not the bad ones.
Always skip the first pair.
This is singles, I think.
Oh, okay.
So what we have here in the dashboard is this is a shooting session. So all these little orange circles at the top, they are the clays, and the number inside of them is the shot.
Okay.
And if there was a little subscript 2 in that clay, that meant it was the second shot of a pair. So we're going to kind of go through here. I picked a couple of shots to look at. This was shot 2. What you see over here in the pattern plot is actually your shotgun barrel movement leading up to trigger pull. So you can see as you were coming across to pick the clay up, that green barrel right here is where you pulled the trigger. And that's where the pattern was on the clay. So you had the green on there. That green is 95% of the pellets, so that's your 95% probability of break. And that red reticle that shows up, that was actually the perfect aim point if you wanted to center that pattern on the clay. So move that barrel up into that reticle and it would have been centered. Then what we have over on the left here is we can actually watch the video. We're going to play it through here. Here's your hold point. Starts moving. Well, that's not doing it. Let me come back. My video is paused. There we go. There goes the clay. Boom. And if you click this little green barrel with the T here, that's what it looked like when you pulled the trigger. So the interesting relationship to note is here's your aim point. Here's where the clay is. Over here on the pattern plot, there's the aim point, and there's where the clay is. So the video and the computer generated graphics, they line up. So that was shot 2. Let's jump over and look at shot 14 here. So I'm clicking on the 14 disc. This is kind of from center on, looking out there again on the pattern plot as it's playing along here. You can see the motion of the barrel, and you did a great job of centering that pattern on the clay. We come over here to the video, click the green T. That's what it looked like when you pulled the trigger. So you were dead on it.
And that's how you have a perfect shot.
Well, and what I want to take a second to talk a little bit about. So if you're watching his barrel movement, this is something that we talk about on the show all the time. You see how he's arcing over to the target. Yep. So for anybody that's watching the video, this is what we're talking about when we're talking about arcing and hooking. We're getting all the way through the clay before we're making that upward movement, because what most people do is they take a move and they push to the back left side of that clay, and that's where they shoot short. Yep. So Ricky's one of the best at the country at making that move, that lateral move left to right as he's hooking to these targets. So I really like this.
The video again from the beginning.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, here we go. So he's waiting here. There it goes, moving to it.
Over, up.
And it's dust. So we'll back up here.
Ball.
Which, and we can't say when we were doing this on the field, the targets, we had an extreme slow pull involved with, the mics. They were about a half second or maybe even a second slow. So, yeah, it was really, you had to concentrate on it.
So this all uploads into the cloud. How long does it take to upload the information that we're seeing here from when you're shooting till when it goes up?
Given that you have a subscription, a live subscription with us on the cloud, basically about 10 seconds after Ricky pulls the trigger, you could see it here.
10 seconds?
Yes, yes. In fact,
it was amazing. We did this stuff, and then we came in, and he looked, boom, and it was on. And that was from walking in. I mean, it really
it's there.
amazing.
It's live
there.
time. It's right there.
It's right there.
It's not like you got to wait 2 days for him to send you an email
No. In
back.
fact, we've had Gil Ash do live coaching while he's sitting in Houston watching this with Steve Gould up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just right there in terms of this
I've
whole
seen
thing.
those videos. Those were cool. Steve's funny too.
Oh yeah,
he knows how to good time.
But it's very good. And one other point I want to make about this is the crosshair that you see on the video and the barrel positions there. Those are all your point of aim.
Yeah.
Ricky had set up yesterday an 80-20 point of impact. So the point of impact for that gun is. I forget what the number is going to be. That's probably like 9 inches.
Yeah, about
high,
9 inches.
About 9 inches above where the crosshair and the reticle, and the same thing applies on that pattern plot on the right.
So for me, because I want to really dumb this down for anybody that's listening, because I'm learning myself, that crosshair is relationship to the top of his bead, basically, right?
That's where he was pointed.
I mean, that's where your eyes are.
Yep.
That's where you.
So you're lining that up. So basically, when we're seeing this crosshair, point of impact can be different. It can be higher.
It can be a little higher.
It could be higher, but we're talking about that's what he's seeing
That's
at
what
the
you're
end of the
seeing.
barrel. That's what Ricky sees right there when
Yep.
he's going to pull that trigger.
That's right, and that's because obviously you guys doing trap. You've got rising targets.
Yeah.
You don't want to cover the target with your barrel.
No,
so
we're
you
driving, and me, so I, even with an 80-20, I still, that's why you'll see some of it, you'll see it shot kind of early. I drive through the target.
Yes.
So I'm keeping the gun moving. I'm not trying to float a target or cover it up and do it like a sustained lead or anything like that. But I don't stop.
Like
I
that
keep the
first
gun
bird
moving.
that he broke, the second bird out, it looked like he was a little to the left of the clay, but he was still pushing in that
Well,
direction.
that's because my
Finish.
whole point, like we've always talked about
Way
the show,
left.
I hold outside on the left-hand corner as he's shown on shot 2. That's on the left side there.
You know what I think we're going to do one of these days is we'll take this thing and set it up, and then we'll do our hold
Right
point so
there.
they could see this, because this is going to be awesome for people.
Absolutely.
This example is going to show.
That is my exact
That's
hold
his
point.
exact hold point on post.
And that's why I tell people I try not to cross shoot the target. I'll just come up and even if I'm on the side of it, it's going to break.
So we're not gonna do anything today, but producer John, maybe we could make this happen in the future. I mean, we could shoot some content.
Now we have really great footage. I can pull it out. So.
Yeah, I like that for everyone, and it'll be a good job. So continue. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm interested in learning this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Y'all are great straight men. So now here's kind of where the magic happens. So we looked at a couple of shots. We're going to go look at the whole session. So you can see this little slider. Right now we're in view mode. We're going to slide over here and go to analyze. Come on, there we go. So now imagine, if you will, in this plot where these orange lines intersect, that's where your clay is. And each one of these little dots is the center of the pattern of your shots. So if the shot was right on these crosshairs, it would be perfectly aimed. If it's off to the left or the right, that's where the center of the pattern was with respect to that clay for each shot. So the interesting thing to look at, let's go see how many of his shots were actually the pattern was a little bit over the clay or above it. Oh, it's those. Now let's go look at those that were a little bit under. There's those. And now let's go look at the ones that were perfectly centered. There's the rest of them. So this allows you to slice and dice, break it down, look at however you would like to look at it. So additional information on the right, if you look at the pattern placement in the zone, for the shots, the pattern placement was under the clay, over the clay. For 7 of the shots, it was under the clay. 10 of the shots, the pattern was centered on the clay.
And so those are all still breaks.
Yeah,
they're all breaks. You're just on the high side, the low side.
I only shot at 23 targets yesterday because I guess, they didn't want to give us 25. We only got 23 targets out of the machine. But it was interesting. On a couple of them, I said, well, okay, I was on the left side of that one. I might be high left on this one. And I was intentionally trying to shoot at
different
the top
spots,
just to see what it would compute back. Because some people go, you're just, no. And it computes back exactly where you shoot.
Yeah, if Ricky would have went straight mode, they'd all just been right there in the middle of that dot. So he had to push himself a little bit and give us this performance today. So we appreciate that.
You're trying to do is see if it, because some people will say, oh, it don't work, or it's just a gimmick, or no, it's the real deal. It will show you exactly. And the beautiful spot, like we showed earlier, is not only the video but also on the graph.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people see video different, where in the graph it actually shows how and we'll get into doubles where it's really cool.
Oh yeah, that's where the magic really comes in.
I like magic.
That's why I'm here, was to capture those shots from you yesterday.
Because the last time we did doubles, if you guys don't remember, is when it was in the downpour and lightning in San Antonio.
Yeah, I know. You were scared to go out because it was lightning.
Oh, let's get this over with.
Hey, Trap Talk listeners, we got to take a real quick break, and we got to thank Ron Prescott from Mid-State Precious Metals for everything they do for the trap shooting community, coast to coast, for all your gold and silver buying needs. And on top of that, new announcement, they're a sponsor of the 126th Grand American.
Finally, he said it right, folks. Grand American. Yeah, Ron is a great guy. He's a sponsor of the Backfence Shootout at Nevada State Shoot and Ohio State Shoot. And also, we got our gold for our Trap Talk event at Nevada State Shoot. And the 77th annual Nevada State Shoot, they bought all theirs from him. 680 ounces of silver to be exact, folks. You're missing out if you're not there.
That's a lot of silver, and honestly, if you're not buying from Ron, you're probably overpaying. So whether you're buying it for your gun clubs or your shoots or for your personal use, you got to give them a try because they're big supporters of the Trap Shooting Nation. So it's awesome. All right, Trap Talk listeners, we got to take a real quick break, and I've got something that I'm so excited to announce. Trap Shooting USA has now become the official magazine of the Trap Talk podcast.
No, it's not only Trap Shooting USA now. It's Wing and Clay Life, Lady Outdoor Lifestyles, and Clay Shooting USA.
I'm just really excited because they make such a high-quality magazine. I mean, if you guys haven't had these magazines and you actually get to touch them in your hands, they've got really thick paper, they're really glossy, and they keep it really cool. I mean, I just love it.
The Traveling Gunsmith, and then in this newest episode, we have...
Oh, man. Look at those handsome guys. I love this. I love it. I love it.
All right, folks, we need to take a quick second and get to a new show sponsor, Big Red Motorsports. Big Red, they're personal friends of mine, Jason and George Lee. and they're also a personal sponsor of mine.
Now, I'll say this. Ricky looked great driving around in that side-by-side. I got some free rides down at Tucson, the Autumn Grand. I think it's awesome that they deliver all across the country, and obviously they love trap shooters, they love trap shooting, and they're doing a great job.
Listen, they got Can-Am, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Triton trailers. Hit them up. We'll take care of you guys.
All right, Trap Talk listeners, we got to take a quick break, and we got to welcome a new sponsor to the show, RGS Bore Stripper. It's a great product. Ricky, tell them how they can find it.
Go to their website, rgsguncleaner.com. You can get the 1 8-ounce bottle, free shipping, 2 8-ounce bottle, and you get the 2-ounce travel bottle, and it's free shipping also. Or just get the little 2-ounce bottle for travel.
Yeah, they sent me some of this product, and I used it on my Krieghoff choke tubes the other day, and it got the plastic out like in a minute, and it was super cool and super good. So if you like cleaning your gun, you like eliminating plastic, and you like shiny bores, give them a try for sure. Thank you so much for supporting the show.
Yeah, we'd really like to thank John Weber, the owner, for the support. He's doing an awesome job.
Yeah, we really want to thank John. We appreciate the support of the show. Anybody that supports Trap Talk, you guys need to support them and get this stuff because it's awesome.
Here again, showing the whole point.
Yeah, see, whole points, everything.
On the house,
Yep.
starting point.
So I've now switched to your double session. So we kind of shifted gears here. Let's go over here. I picked a couple of shots to look at. So this was a shot 7 and 8. They're a double here. So you can see as you're setting this one up, the plot graph over here on the right, nice smooth motion up. Boom, there's where you pulled the trigger. Let's go watch the video. Here it comes.
Here comes the smoke. Good night.
And now you're
Irene.
moving over. So this actually, the really cool thing, let's press the trigger. So that's where you pulled the trigger on this bird.
Yep.
And if you start single frame forward, there it is going to dust. And now you can see your barrel movement coming down, moving over, and coming up on the second bird. Now we're going to go look at shot number 8. And it's actually, because they were so close together, we're going to see the first shot and then move into the second shot. So here goes the video. So there's the first shot, come down and over. There's a second shot. If we come back to trigger pull, advance, it goes to dust. And the really cool thing on the plot graph, like you mentioned earlier, you can see that swooping up motion coming from the previous shot. So as we kind of click forward here, can come over, boom, and you centered the pattern on the clip.
See, the loop, though, that's the main thing. That's what I like to show people is you need to bring that barrel down and come back up.
And you will also notice on that, on the bottom right there, where it says the correction
Yep.
is 9 o'clock, 2 inches.
2 inches.
2 inches. Screwed up.
If I'd have been over just a little bit more.
You'd hit a little harder.
But it's okay. Is it, you know what I always say? A line on the paper is a break.
Yeah, that was you trying to show us an explanation again.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd have been right on, but it's all good.
So let's go to another. We're going to go to shot 39. So this is kind of from the other side of the trap. And you can see your motion here in the pattern plot as it's playing out. Pretty much just coming straight up to that clay. I mean, boom. Let's go play it here. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Boom. And you can see it just gets obliterated. Come back. There's trigger pull.
It's 5.
That is post 4, I think, or 5. What shot number is that one, Jim?
That was
Or Robert, sorry, 39. So that'd have been, post 4. Yeah, that was post 4.
Yeah. And now we're going to go look at the second shot here, number 40. So we'll let it set up. And because they're so quick, we're actually going to see the first shot and then the second shot. We're going to play it here.
And this field was off to the left, too, by the way. Or to the right, it was off. Oof, look at that money shot.
We have dust. The interesting thing is if you go back and start again, you'll see that U motion you're talking about. Boom, come down and up. And that's also shown over here on the right in the pattern plot. Your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's swooping up, moving over from the first clay. And again, a great pattern placement. This correction was 2 inches to make it perfect. Now, magic happens. We're going to hit the analyze button here. Look at all these pretty shots.
You see, he was actually,
80% centered. That's all I like that.
that's what you want right there.
Yeah, because we only shot it at 44 targets.
You were shooting doubles here, right? So let's go look at all of your first shots. By clicking up here, we're going to see there's all your first shots.
So first shots are under, maybe because the target's going up.
They were, yeah.
But you're always under on the first shot.
Yeah.
So one hanger and he'd never miss again.
And now let's go turn that off. And let's go turn on all the second shots.
Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah, you got that second.
Oh,
You got that
91%. I'll take that all day, every day.
Yeah, that second shot's dialed in.
And then here is everything again combined. So, I mean, lots of data here for you to go analyze and look at what you're doing over the whole course of a session, and then be able to summarize it and break it down and look at any aspect that you want to of what's going on with your.
Which, and for all the listeners out there that are listening and not seeing, but for this episode, you really need to watch it to be able to see this data. But
It's a YouTube for sure.
Yes, it is very good for people to see this data, because there is some people that are thinkers, then there's some people that are with vision, and or both, and where I'm kind of both, but I like to see data like this. Okay, yeah, I'm under, fine. At least I'm seeing the target then. Okay, I know all I got to do is just move through a little bit. I very rarely miss the first target, unlike Zach.
Yeah.
But we won't talk about that today.
Hey, you know what?
You did miss 2 first birds today.
I did 2 first birds for a 98. I'm definitely on that second
And
shot.
you missed the same amount as the whole squad did in the doubles.
Well, half as much, but yeah.
Well, no, they had 99, 99, 100, 100.
Correct.
So that's the same amount.
That's
why I do the math
when you
on
said
the
the
show,
whole
folks.
squad. I said
That was a whole
half.
squad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm part
Folks,
of the whole
is there any
squad.
good financial advisors out there that
Four targets, half is
you
two.
miss half? But it is serious, though, is you can see this data and say, okay, I am consistently, say, 80% or 90% under or over. You need to make an adjustment to your point impact.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, I love that, because a lot of people get pretty stubborn in this game and they're like, I don't want to change this, I don't want to change that. But if you set this up properly and you go out there and 100% of your shots are on the bottom side or 100% of your shots are on the high side, you need to adjust that point of impact at some level, I would say. Now, if you're like
just
Ricky, where
take
you're
it-
center,
Yeah.
I mean, he's got that thing dialed in
got
pretty much where he wants it to be.
You just need it. And when we're saying adjust it, it's not like, oh, let's, I got for a Katie, I got a 5 hanger in the over and under. I better put a 2 in. No,
small
you could
adjustments.
Put a 4 in, or you might need a 6. I mean, but
one
don't,
hanger off, one washer
Yeah.
in the gun, one
or
whole
just
turn.
or just change a washer, and instead of getting bead into bead, go to a figure 8
a snowman,
or a
yeah,
snowman.
a snowman.
But this data here, and that's the coolest thing about this, and especially getting with the AI stuff,
Oh, yes.
make it even better.
One of the things that we have found, because I talked to a lot of people about this thing now, and that is that the younger generations relate to this thing like a video game.
Oh, yeah.
And so, because before, if you miss with a shotgun, it's like, how'd you miss?
Yeah, exactly.
But this shows it to you. So it's just like the video games that these kids have probably grown up with
yeah.
since they've had a joystick in their hand since birth.
Just like Fortnite.
Anybody out there want to play Fortnite? Hook us up. Zach and I will play you.
Yeah, Ricky's a little better than me, but he's got a little more hours on the thing than I do. I do.
You know what? I've been a video game guy since Atari. I used to play Atari all the time, and Nintendo and PlayStation. But yeah, it is the hand-eye coordination. especially
Absolutely.
with these kids. And this is I had a gentleman stop in today and ask me, and he's like, "Do you really believe this is going to help for doubles?" I said 110%.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Because it's going to show you, especially going from shot 1 to shot 2, your first to second shot. And it's going to show you, what are you doing wrong? Now, there is other stuff that can be involved, and that's where I come in as a coach to being like, there could be foot position issues, there could be hole point issues, which that can all be seen on this, which is the coolest thing, with the hole points and all that. And that's going to be something that John's going to be able to pull some footage out here. And that's why we did this yesterday. It was about 187 degrees outside, I think.
It was a little
when we
warm.
were doing this,
A little warm.
a
A little bit sweaty.
we were a little sweaty, but this is a cool deal. So
Now here we go. Back to the videos.
So that is what we're doing these days. We spent a lot of this year getting the analytics part ready to go and trying to fine tune that. And now the next step is to take all this data and go put some artificial intelligence modeling on top of it. And we'll let Jim talk a little bit about that because that's his baby.
Oh yes, this has been
Jim got excited.
this has been my life since mid-December. I want to say this is every day and every night. But anyway, what we are doing now is, given the data that you can see here, especially we've got about 4 seconds of high-resolution gyro and accelerometer data that goes well back even before this at high rates of speed. What I'm doing now is I'm taking this so I will know, the AI in the cloud will know all your precise barrel movements, even in terms of gun jump and everything else in terms of how well your gun's fitting. So we have precise barrel movements of the gun even before the whole point is there at this thing. That's one piece of information.
Okay.
The second piece of information we have is we are now taking this video, and as an example, you can see on the videos, like for trap, exactly when the clay leaves the trap house. So we know now precisely when's the first frame that has clay. When did you start moving? Did you take off ahead? Ricky.
Yeah, I did do that with them slow pulls.
Yes, with some of those. But you can tell exactly when the clay was launched, when you started moving.
Yep.
Did you move in exactly the correct direction, or did you start to take off into a different direction?
It happens.
Did you, and then how did you come in to correct and coming in on this thing? How long did it take for you to stabilize or get in, get to the point where you're going to do the trigger pull, as well as the follow through on these things? So what we're headed for is a real-time coach mode. So you can, as an example, you could be a coach out there.
Yep.
You could have your phone, and what we're thinking about right now is we're going to add a button that will be the coach mode. So initially the shot will come up. You'll hear that your shot was low and to the right. You press the coach mode button, and by about that time, the AI will have had a chance to digest this thing, and it will come back with recommendations, or it will tell you that you started moving well ahead.
Moving on the call, making double moves, things that the coach would see.
Yeah, all those kinds of things. It would come right back verbally to the coach or to the shooter, depending on how you want to do that. But so that's where we're going. So you're going to have a real-time coach mode for, and there'd be some feedback on every shot. There'll probably be just maybe a sentence of initial feedback audibly, and then if the coach wants, he can basically pop it up and see the a written thing with about 3 or 4 bits and pieces of relevant feedback.
Yep.
And then after the session, you wind up with the synopsis coming back to you. So after your 25 shots, hey, you're taking off early. Your whole point is screwed up. You're not going in the right direction.
You're making a move. You're anticipating left instead of waiting and seeing the target.
Exactly, and
right.
you could come back and it could say 5 out of the 25 times you anticipated the wrong movement.
I get this thing dialed in. I won't have to be so nice to Ricky all the time now.
Listen, folks, if we get this on Zach, we're really going to see how. We should have had this on at the Iowa State single shoot-off last week.
All you need to know.
We needed to know is Zach went left, right, left, and then went and shot the
It
target.
just shows how good I can recover. I've got that really good stance in the gun. I mean, I can make 3 moves and still break that thing. Hey.
And it was a fact. You did do that twice.
And that's what separates the experts from the beginners,
It
is
does.
in terms of being able to correct, given that there's either a mistake on your part or there's something squirrely with that clay that's out there flying.
Well, and it's trigger control. If you do move the wrong direction, which it happens, we're not a computer or AI, so there's human error involved, which is you see. I mean, your eye could catch. Like today, we were shooting the singles, and I actually saw a bird flew by in front of the trap house, but under, and I'm holding down, and I called pull, and I went, uh-oh, and it was black. I was like, that's a bird. And then the target came out, and went up and shot the target.
Oh,
I'm like,
absolutely.
But sometimes
Okay.
it's one of those little sweat bees or something.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
anything that
You
can
just
pull
catch
your
it
eyes
just
into a
right.
little, and you're like looking
So-
for movement, and because you're so still and you're looking for movement, and something goes, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
and you kind of anticipate it.
But that's going to be That's is going to be very interesting with the AI.
Oh, absolutely. So this is right now we're in the kitchen. We're cooking this thing, trying to get there. That was the reason I came up here this week. I wanted to get Ricky. I don't know anybody better to get to get a shot tracker on the gun and get all this information into there, and we'll be digesting all this. So that's where we're headed in the world of AI. And then the last thing that I can talk about is where I'm also headed, and that's also in terms of the birds.
Yep.
Now this is trap.
Yep.
But also what we're headed for is to be able to take the same device and to be able to do wing fowl.
Ducks, pheasants,
doves,
quail,
pheasants,
doves,
chucker,
Yeah.
chucker,
geese.
All that kind of thing. So
Anything.
so it will give you the same. We're trying to set it up so it's all going to be the same. Plus there'll be some interesting additional feedback to the shooters, and that is the other thing I'm working on.
So, will that, Jim, be able to use with the same shot tracker?
Yes, in fact, the strategy we're thinking about right now is, and I'm working on this, is to have the one shot tracker.
Yep.
And it's going to be, I'll call it schizophrenic. The code is in there for both. So there's going to be a code release coming out at some time for all the clay guys.
Okay.
But piggybacking on that code load is going to be a bird tracker. And what's going to be different is if you have the Clay Tracker Pro app on your phone and you talk to the shot tracker when you hook up with Wi-Fi, you will find that it's going to be in Clay Tracker mode. So it's going to be doing all this stuff.
Yep.
You can also download a bird tracker app, and all you got to do is hook into it just like you do now. You set up your profiles
Yep.
exactly the same, but instead of selecting trap or skeet or sporting clays or halise, you basically select one of several dozen different birds in terms of that. And so that's what it's going to basically that's what it's going to be going for.
All in one unit.
All in one
so
unit.
For all the listeners out there, isn't, you got to buy another unit. It's all in one, which is awesome. And that's great of you guys to do it that way. Because it's like I tell everybody, it's all cloud based. So I always tell everybody, if there's an update, you just get on, ping, app, update. everything's-
Yeah, I mean, in most products, right? I mean, back a long, long time ago when they made refrigerators and toasters, they'd last 50 years, and then now, they make them and they're like, this is going to last 2 years, and they're going to buy another one. And and this type of technology, not only you've made a great product, but you're giving people the updates, which
Exactly.
the updates are
That's-
everything because
And that's
you're
what
coming
we-
up with
we
new
talked
technology.
about. Yep.
You're making it better, and you're not saying, oh, well, you bought the first version, now you got to buy the second version or the third version or the fourth version. You're so many versions down the line now, and it's just getting better information that people are receiving for their value. So no reason to wait. Just get it.
And basically, the first shot tracker that we ever sold will be able to be a bird tracker.
Yeah.
Down the road here.
And the original stuff?
From the inner guts to this thing is identical.
Everything. Well, and it's just like even the bracket. Remember the first ones we used. I tend to torque things a little bit. I'm in a clinic and I'm like, I ran to the hardware store. This guy's like, "What is this?" I'm like, don't worry about what it is. Just need to find a screw that'll work with this.
Right.
I'll get you fixed up. I called him. He's like, "I'll overnight you." And I said, "I got to fix it. It'll work." And that's the coolest thing is, it's the one unit is gonna last you. Update, it works. Versus, you got to buy another one. Like everything else out there, that no one else is doing what we're doing here.
No, and we appreciate that because it's giving value back to the shooters where they can say, okay, if I'm going to make an investment in something, it's not a cheap product, it's a good product, but it's
Absolutely.
valuable, and if you look at the scheme of all the money you spend traveling, shooting, competitions, shotguns, and all the other things, this can really, really, really condense that learning curve for a lot of people.
The newer shooters or even the advanced shooters, people that really want to dive into this data. We could spend a weekend, shooting targets and then dive in and say, oh, okay, well, what if we do this and try this and that? It's not when we're at the Grand American, but and
Next week.
Yeah, next week
If we won't be tired.
Yeah. But that is the coolest thing. And now with the bird portion of it, I know we had talked before because with the foliage in the background and stuff like that, and you've conquered that, it seems.
Yes,
So-
yes, that was a challenge. In
Yep.
fact, rabbits across a orange debris field was the interesting one.
Yep.
Because how do you find an orange clay zipping across an orange debris field?
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're very smart.
He knows some stuff.
Jim and Robert, they're up here.
That's why they got that big corporate office.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you saw the corporate
It
office
looks
there.
good.
Yes, it's amazing the features
So
of
how
Zoom.
long will it be till the bird tracker?
I am.
What are you thinking?
I am hoping. Don't hold me to this. I'm hoping by the end of the year
Okay.
to have a first beta version of that thing out.
So maybe
Okay.
January ducks.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm intensively trying to work out because I've got to get the app all up and going, and then we got to get the cloud-based stuff. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts here.
Behind the scenes. That
Behind
next
the
person just say, here, try this.
Well, right. So the first version will probably come out with just the app talking to the shot tracker, and then you'll get the same stuff on the
Same
phone,
stuff.
on the phone, and then the cloud will probably follow. Is my guess.
Well, this is something
This will
that
phase.
we might be able to take with us if we head out on the East Coast.
Oh, of course. I really.
Your buddy's place, and
When we go shoot birds, I want to see this. And what else is cool? Because a lot of people that hunt now, I mean, the bragging rights is the whole deal. So if you got these videos now, if you go shoot a double or a triple in a dove field, you're gonna be like, yeah, I did it, and you can show that you did. And your buddy says, no, I hit that one. No, I hit it. Look, I got the data right here, baby. I mean, this is gonna give.
this could be bad for some
I can make
people.
some bets on this stuff. This is gonna be good for me. So you're heading in a fantastic direction with this product. Is there anything else that we're missing today, or is there any other things that we can show visually while we're here?
I think what would be great is if we pull up your handicap shots and show your hold points on posts 1 through 5.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
think
can do that.
I think the listeners would really be into that.
Let's do it. Can you pull that up?
He probably couldn't hear me saying it, Jack.
I think he did.
Okay.
Handicap.
Which one you want?
RM27, yeah.
The whole points. We only got about 19 shots in. We didn't get all our targets.
So just take the listeners, Zach. Just
Yeah.
post by post
So this
here,
is
have
post
ratings
one
off
for
of that.
Richard Marshall Jr. right here, and this is his hold point from the 27-yard line. It looks like he's about a solid foot and a half off the
I'm
left-hand
right at
side.
about a foot.
Foot,
Right at a
at a
foot.
foot, right at a foot, and he's in line with the house right now currently. And then when he calls pull, I would bet you he's not going to move until that target really starts crossing
Right,
that
'cause you can see
intersection.
on the graph, I go right and then cut up.
Boom!
See?
There it is. There it is.
Now find a shot
So-
for post 2.
That would be 6. Go to shot 6.
Maybe. We don't know.
I think so in the early posts.
Early post, I know we had.
So
Yeah,
there's
there you
post
go.
2. So post 2, he's holding where some people would say maybe a post 1 hold point. He's left of the traditional hold point that you would have. That's about 25% across the house inside. He's a little bit inside and down on the house, as we've talked
Yep.
about. So go ahead and run that shot. Let's see what it looks like. Cut, smoke. Okay. Now let's try number 11. That's post 3.
Yep. just to the right of center.
Just a little bit
Just
to
a
the right
little
of
bit.
center, not much.
Nope.
And dead on the house. We're not kidding.
See, I moved over a little bit, and then I kind of moved. Yep. Then
There it
kinda
is.
Boom.
Boom. Smoke. Okay. Let's try shot 16. That looks like 4 to me. Is that your 4 or your 5?
Actually, Robert, go back to 15. See what that looks like. Because that might be. I guess. See,
That's
that's
post-
4.
that's
Try.
4.
Yeah,
So
right
that's
there.
4.
There's 14. Yeah, let's try that one.
That's 4. So that's a post 4 hold point. He's about a foot inside from the top right side
Yep.
of the house.
How are you anchoring that setup, Rick? Are you coming off the back right corner?
I just, you know what? We shot when we were shooting there. Those were with the slow poles.
Yeah.
So I moved my hold points over a little bit, If I get a slower field, I will move my hold
Out.
points out
Out.
to adjust. And it's not like I realize it. Like I'm like, okay, I need to move my hold points out.
It's
I
natural.
just, it's like, oh, okay, they're slow. Okay, I'm just gonna move out. That way, if it is slow, I can wait and then, oh, there it is. So
Let's see what 19. Maybe we got to post 5. Did you get to 5 or you don't
I
remember?
did, but I don't.
I think we only got one shot or so.
There
There it
it is.
is.
Yeah, that's
Bingo.
There it is. So there's the post 5. So even though on post 1 he's holding outside on the left, on post 5, because he's not dealing with the right eye dominancy issue,
Yep.
he's holding just on the corner down on the house.
Yep.
Just below the lip here, Rick.
Just
right on
at
right on the lip.
Right.
Right on the lip. Yeah, and he just dominated that bird. That was beautiful.
And so, and the way I hold is, so when I hold outside on the left hand on post 1, and we've talked about this 100 times on there, but it's because when I was younger and I had astigmatism, of course, in my right eye, that's where it started, my left eye would take over when I was holding on the corner, so that left eye would come out and I'd pull up to it and I was always behind it in low light conditions, or like our conditions today in the doubles.
Yep.
That light was real low light. If it's sunny out and blue skies, not a problem. I could hold anywhere. I could hold wherever in the right corner or whatever, but with low light, that astigmatism, so a lot of people don't know astigmatism, your eye is shaped like a football versus a basketball. So when I then said, well, if I just hold outside, I can always see that target come out. So I was like, okay, so I just did, and even with prescription glasses now, I still just, I left those hold points. I like that move. And on 5, I've tried it in practice sessions, holding way out like I do on 1. And I always want to go, and cross shoot that straight for some reason. So I
Yeah.
just pull over right there and make my hold. But I'm always, so if people don't think I'm on the house, that is exactly where I hold.
Well, there's the proof right there.
Yeah, that is my hold point. In singles, handicap, and doubles, as we saw.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, somebody goes, oh, you really, I'm like, no, that's exactly where I hold.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Trop Talk listeners, let's take a quick second to thank a couple more amazing sponsors. SOS Clays Shoot Management. They're doing a fantastic job. I love the app. I love being able to see everything on my phone instantaneously. It's freaking awesome. Rick, what do you think?
Yeah, Greg Pink and his group over there. I mean, they've got majority of the satellite grands, majority of the state shoots. I think it's 40 plus state shoots they're doing. But the app, honestly, we were doing a little beta testing with that at the Spring Grand. It's awesome. You can see your squad if they paid. You know, you can see your options, your payouts. The whole works at your fingertips. Great deal. They're just
Ricky
killing
knew how
it
much
over
money he made before he even got off the line. He was like, hey, I'm buying lunch. I'm like, yeah, good job. We're good to go.
there. That's
We
right.
also got gun and trophy insurance. I mean, they're the best in the business. I know they're great price. Ricky, you're familiar with them, right?
Yeah, Cole and Larry Cushman been long-time supporters of myself, and I've been a supporter of them, and, you know, especially with my college team. You know, we require insurance. It's so fast and easy to sign up and get your insurance in literally 10 minutes. You can have your guns insured, and they're just great. They're great to deal with. Like I said, you can do your trophies also, you know, your wildlife animals and that such, and your guns. It's just a great
It's
product.
always good when you're
Great
traveling
product.
around to have that peace of mind and know that you don't have to worry about losing your stuff forever. And these are expensive things, especially when you got those Craig-offs. You got to keep them insured. All right, folks, we got to take a real quick break and acknowledge the official target of the ATA, White Flyer. They've been sponsoring us since the beginning, and they make a great target. What do you think, Rick?
It's the best target in the ATA. Shout out to everybody there, all the reps, you know, Bill Daniels, Josh Taylor, Nick Arnold, Robert Crow, everything they do for the sport and all the shoots. Really appreciate it.
They're always there. They're always trying to make a better target, and they're always supporting the game that we love so much. All right, Trap Talk listeners, let's take a couple seconds and thank a couple more sponsors. First of all, Remington's been with us since day one. I've been shooting these shells since 2007. I shoot the Nitro 27 from the 27-yard line, ounce and eighth, 7.5, and STS ounce and eighth, eighths for singles and doubles. They've worked great for me, as they do a lot of top shooters all around the country. Give them a try. Don't forget the Gun Club line when you're practicing and you're wanting to save a little bit of money.
We'd also like to thank another sponsor, Outlaw Engineering. Randy Freston, R2. I've known Randy since 1988. They do engineering, surveying, drafting, GIS, civil, structural, land development. wetland permitting, they do
And
it
they're
all.
friends of trap
You know?
shooters. I mean, they're a trap shooting family. They've been in the
Right.
ATA forever. His dad's been involved. They're involved. They're a beautiful family. They're great people. And we just love that they listen to
Yep.
the show, and we love that they support Trap Talk.
Yeah, his dad was past president in 1989. So I really want to thank those guys for the support. I really appreciate it.
All right, folks, we got to take another quick break and thank one of our show sponsors, 73 Pointers Ranch, Jonesburg, Missouri. Rick and Carla Burke, best place in the area to go shoot chuckers and pheasants and have a great time. Rick, we got to get you down there.
Yeah, I need to come in. Hopefully I can do some hunting with you guys and come to your the annual clay shoot in August right after the Grand.
It's a lot of fun. It's the Optimist Club charity shoot. They throw a charity shoot. They put it on, and it's wonderful. I think last year they had over 100 entries into it, and it's just a good time. With that being said,
Let's get back to the show.
Well, no, you're tall enough that I could see the gun barrel going down. Where, like with a Jason Krause, it's going up, but he's still on the house. You know, it's just one of those.
Hey,
but it worked for
It
him.
worked
man.
for
He broke
Krause.
100.
Krause broke 100 straight.
shout out to
handicap.
him for that 100 from the handicap. We like to give people a hard time on Trap Talk, but that was great.
It
Great
was.
shoot.
He shot them very well.
Well, is there anything else that you think we've got to cover today? Is there anything else interesting? Are there any other directions that you want to touch on before we get out of here?
No, I think this pretty well covers what was in my mind. Robert, do you have anything?
No, I think what we've shown you today is Jim will never be done. So he's going to be 112 years old, still writing code to go do something. So
I like
and that is the beauty of this product, is that it really is all about the software. And
Yes.
so it's going to continue to evolve as long as people try the product and come back with, can you do this? We're going to try to go do that.
Well, when you make great hardware at the front, then you can just develop the software moving forward. And you did that. You came out with great hardware to start that you don't need to adjust, that has everything you need in it to do what we need to do. And then now it's just software update, software update, software
and it's like when they brought me on when we first started doing all this, and I said, as long as it can do doubles,
That was
I'm in.
I'm in.
And the number one reason, folks out there that sees that pattern plot and that graph, that was one of the main reasons in this video combined.
This is
is
what
you
makes
can
this
see
product
that loop.
different than any other product out there.
Absolutely.
Every other product is looking singularly at one thing, and
Video,
this is
or you take the other ones that are just showing you numbers out there, like how fast can I shoot it? That doesn't help the shooting game on
No.
how fast you can shoot a target. Trigger control.
correct. When you're there, when you approach the right spot, and I think what we'll do, John, at some point in time is we'll set up both mine and Ricky's guns, and we'll go through and shoot singles, handicap, doubles, and
Yes.
go over the differences of the hold points and go over the barrel movement, because that barrel movement you'll see is consistently from a good low gun shooter.
Absolutely.
They're going to be moving left to right, laterally, hooking over on those targets, what we talk about all the time.
And
And a lot of people think you go up, but the barrel generally doesn't just go up to the bird. We're going over.
We could put one on Rich Bullard, and everybody will see why we call him the hammer.
Well, and I know
Because he's
that
going from up to down.
And
And
I
that's
think-
true. This would be great to show.
I think a lot of people that we interview on the show, if we can get them out there and put this on their gun and see, okay, well, this is his hold point, because we talk about it, but to be able to see this visually, now people can say, okay, I'm just going to put my gun where Ricky puts his gun. I mean, that's gold. So I really appreciate you
expect your
guys.
percentage.
Yeah, he gets his cut. He's always walking around looking for his cut, but I really appreciate you guys coming in today and sharing this information with us. We really appreciate you supporting Trap Talk since the beginning. You've been with us, so you're one of our very first sponsors and believed in us before we even really had anything going, and now we've got a pretty good following, which is kind of fun. Thanks
we
to
are.
John.
Yeah, absolutely.
He does
Thanks
all
to
the
Slinkadink.
he does all the hard
It's a
work.
team effort.
And hey, Shotco Productions, baby, they're the ones you need. So with that being said, we're here. We got a lot of ground left to shoot. We got a lot of other
First day was today, and getting ready for shoot-offs. And,
a lot of other great shooters that we're going to have on the show.
Yep.
And we got a lot of targets to come. So thanks for tuning in this Friday. We'll be here every single Friday. We don't miss.
Nope.
Like, share, subscribe, comment, send us your questions, and support our sponsors.
That's right.
If you like the show and you like the products that we showcase, give them a try. Get one of these shot trackers. Click on the Trap Talk to let them know that you got it from us, which is great, and keeps everything rocking and rolling. So we appreciate you. We'll see you next time.
See you, folks. Good luck.
And the Trap Talk podcast is brought to you in part by
RM Shooting Clinics. Have Ricky take your game to the next level. If you want to shoot hundreds, give Ricky a call today. Zach Nannini Financial. We believe in putting people first.